which is in the first packet that you will see from about the North Country Trail Town Memorandum of Understanding. So this is something that Ozzie, Reif, Steve Piragis, and their crew with North Country Trail has come to us a couple of times on their creating this trail. And they have gotten the approval, and it did go to council, right, Adam, for the trail town?
Yes.
Yeah, we're a trail town.
Yes, we are now officially a trail town.
28th at noon at Hidden Valley, ceremonial kickoff of the events, the ribbon cutting,
When is this?
September 28th at noon.
So September 28th at noon at Hidden Valley, there will be a ribbon cutting to commemorate and to celebrate the Ely's new additional title of Trail Town. Included in the packet is also a memorandum of understanding between the North Country Trail and the city of Ely. Going over, and what this is it's going over what the group that is part of the North Country Trail Association, what they will do for upkeep on the trail and promotion of said trail, and then what is on the city for the upkeep of the trail. So if you'd like
To retain the trail town designation.
Yes, yeah.
How are people gonna, I know when we did the play last winter, how well it went over the community for some people about covering the Ely sign up. Now we gotta add North Country Trail Town to our sign when we come into town. Number 8.
It's probably one of those little plaques,
The little ones?
that'd be my guess, is what I've seen in the past with other places, but something to ask about. But I think it's, yeah, it's kind of.
Yeah, what does it actually look like?
Like how big we talking?
Yeah,
Like Ely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trail Town.
Trail Town, like, is it, like, how big is this sign gonna be?
Yeah.
I mean, it's already done.
Yeah, that's what I said. Little ones that go on the bottom.
So,
Two 18 by 18 metal signs with North Country Trail Town logo for posting entrances to Trail Town.
Those
So
are
18 by 18. Send that.
Foot and a half.
I believe we're looking for, we are looking for a motion to approve or recommend the approval of this memorandum of understanding for it to go to council.
I make that motion.
Julie, you make that motion? Okay. Do I have a second?
I second that motion.
Steve got you on that one,
Yeah.
in like a bidding war auction situation. Any further discussion or questions? Yeah, Adam?
I'd like to go through the trail town requirements, one item at a time, 1 through 8, review them and make sure we are okay with all of them before sending those to council.
Okay, absolutely, yeah.
And as Casey's email states, we should change the address to from 49 to 209. That first paragraph is the MOU.
Alright, so the first item is include the North Country Trail System and the North Country Trail Association in promotional materials. The second would be make North Country Trail information available to the public at the local visitor centers and or Chamber of Commerce and provide space for a North Country Trail Association display or wall-mounted poster.
Chamber gonna do that?
We would need to get in contact with the chamber.
Chamber or the trail center?
Oh, the trailhead too,
Another
yeah.
spot for that stuff too.
Yeah.
I know the plan for the trail.
The new trail center?
Okay.
I'm sure.
And chamber, yeah.
They're not gonna say no.
No.
Well, we can't make that assumption on what
No.
we have.
Right,
So
right.
you do have to confirm with the chamber
With them.
before something is done.
Correct, yes.
Or we can say pending their approval, or we have a jar of back and forth.
Yeah, and
So-
stepping on toes of telling them what they can and cannot put in their facility. I could agree with, we can check with all, participating parties, so like the chamber, just to see if they would be willing to put something up.
I think we can get past two if Julie is 100% certain that local visitor center, then there is an in-or exclusion of Chamber of Commerce, they can opt in if they want, you still meet the criteria of the trailhead.
I've heard feedback more than one.
Okay, so
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Good with two.
Okay, wonderful. Number 3, work with the local North Country Trail Association contact to promote periodic guided hikes or events. So this would probably be with Ozzie, Reif.
And I guess like, when they, sometimes I'm curious, sometimes we talk about the city here in our discussions, but I also think like we are the city too in this group, and so like what do we expect? If they want us to promote something, is that Parks and Rec's job, or is there somebody else who works for the city that does that? Or I'm just curious, what people think, what do you imagine when we
Or
say
is
yes
the
to that?
chapter of the trail for the city gonna be doing that?
As a part of the designation of the North Country Trail Town, I believe we're required to assemble a board that oversees.
The city is or the chapter? The way.
It's a type of joint powers activity between the chapter, the city.
Yeah, so if the North Country, if the chapter is promoting, are they asking the city to also promote it additional? Is
I think that's a great question, because I think, yeah,
And I
there's
think
a lot of challenges.
There's, well, and so it's sounding like there's a lot of questions about, especially with the promotional stuff, but is this going to be on them, is this going to be on the city? If it's on the city, is it going to be on Park and Rec? Would it be beneficial for us to table this and see, Ozzie was not available to come to today's meeting, but should we can table this and see if he'd be available to come to our October meeting? So that way he can help answer some of these questions before we bring it to council?
And if he's not available, provide answers for items 1 through 8.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, and I guess for us, we could check in with the chamber, and then also whoever does our website, because it says, oh, that's the NCTA shall promote the trail town as designated through its website, so.
Sure.
As far as including NCTA, that's through the Tourism Bureau, under that online tab.
Yeah, I think maybe the question is defining, now that we have agreed to be a trail town. Yeah,
What's the
where is that,
definition?
is that, yeah, that's the question.
Yeah.
So let's continue through all 8 items, and if you have any other
Yeah.
ambiguities.
Absolutely, yeah. So continuing right down with 4, assist in promoting special designations such as National Trail Days, first Saturday each June, and annual North Country National Scenic Trail Day, the last Saturday each September. Number 5, monitor the number of visitors who are seeking a trail town as a destination for hiking. This one does, I feel like, falls more in with the Tourism Bureau for that monitoring of visitors and to see who's coming. Because if, the other part of it is if the North Country Trail Association has their own website, unless they're reporting to the city about how many hits they're getting on the website, how many people are coming, and I'm not sure if there's even a way to track, well, if they go to our website and they go to book a hotel, you know, that kind of a thing. So that would be my part with number 5.
Be curious what other designated trail towns, how they do that, and if Ozzie has it, if we could ask Ozzie to come with that information, but
Yeah.
we're not the first trail town.
Yeah, like a
Right.
self-registration area they can use.
Yeah.
Or like, I'm sure they're not putting out like, here's the, apparently, people are walking, you got trails, all that's costly, including the reading documentation.
Well, and that's reading, okay, people are using the trail, but not necessarily they're coming here for the trail town. So,
Does the Ranger District have any part in this? Is anybody aware? The Lincoln Ranger Station and the US
They
Forest
might,
Service?
because part of this is the tech traffic right now.
Yeah, and they usually run surveys, exit surveys on recreational use as here? Why are you visiting? Are you camping? Are you canoeing? Are you hiking? So it may, I don't know if that's part of this, or if it's just information that's out there.
Well, and, yeah, I mean, the question, just to return to the question, is there a little joint powers of like the tourism here, the tourist comments, like when you're in your district, that's all, is the trail, and Park and Rec,
Going forward,
right, that helps get all this information together.
We need to define that or get more information on that more.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I know that there is a group, right now I wanna say,
Yeah, it's like a leadership.
yeah. And, well, no, that's okay, because I've seen the emails that come through for that one, and I know, so, and I wanna say, I know that, I wanna say Ginny Nelson from Spirit of the Wilderness is involved on that, Jess Edberg, I know that Eva Sebesta, the director of the chamber, is on there, but I'm not sure if he's all. No, North Country Trail Association emails. So maybe by getting that further information of if that's the group that's supposed to be doing all of this versus where is this all falling? Number 6, attract businesses that support nature-based tourism such as outfitters, hostels, and shuttling services, and assure that the North Country Trail Association maps and guides will be available from a business in town for visitors to purchase.
That would be the 10th of August. Sure. Plus we'll get our
Yeah.
But if it's for purchase,
They already have maps for purchase. I
Okay.
mean, you know what I mean?
Underwear map, they have all those maps.
Sure, yeah.
According to businesses, your outfitters would love to carry more stuff. to
Yeah,
sell.
for sure.
yeah,
So,
okay.
all we have to do is attract those businesses to carry.
Yes, yeah.
I'm sure Steve doesn't have a problem with prices, right? She doesn't.
Right, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Number 7, encourage local businesses to provide discounts on accommodations or special weekend packages for visitors who show their North Country Trail Association membership card.
And that's just a recommendation to encourage, it's not a
Yeah.
requirement.
Yeah,
We can always encourage.
yeah, encourage.
Encourage.
And then number 8, install the 2 North Country Trail town signs at the entrance of the community as soon as possible after the issuance of the proclamation. As noted on number 7, under the Trail Association's responsibilities, number 6, they will provide 2 18 by 18 metal signs with the North Country Trail Town logo.
We have free signs. We do. Highway 1, Highway 21,
You could probably get 3 if you wanted 3.
so we're sure who would pick.
We have to, we probably wanna talk to Ozzie about if it's possible for them to get 3.
Yeah. Meant to reflect.
Any?
But there's not any quote on either side.
Okay. Anything further with any of these notes that we want to discuss? So that way we can get these answers at our October meeting? And to table an item, I believe I need a motion. To table
Who's going to, first we have to remove the initial pulling of the data.
Okay.
So, so we have to designate who's going to pursue these
Who's
changes.
going to pursue these changes? Okay.
Just make sure you clearly send it, I wrote something down, but
Okay, yeah,
just when I get the minutes, remember, just send it to me.
Thank you, Scott.
Yep.
Thank you. All right. Next item is the drum head in Whiteside Park. There is pictures and the email that Adam sent to me. Adam, I don't know if you have any further information other than it's just missing a drum head.
It was broken and removed. It needs to be replaced as soon as possible. A kid climbed in there the other day and had trouble getting out. Parents probably wish they could have stayed in there a little longer. This is a matter of information. there's no requirement to do any recommendation on this.
Okay, okay.
Sure, Harold's fixing it.
Yeah, the cost
Yeah.
is so low, it's just a replacement.
Okay. I didn't know if we needed to make a motion or if it was something that, since, because it was put in by Gardner Trust, right?
They're the
The
ones
city
that,
has been doing all the maintenance.
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
they're the ones that donate the money for the building of the, buildings here.
Yep.
But there's a specific company that manufactures that equipment that we have to, if you recall.
Yeah.
Yep, yep. It was so
That drum head's
expensive.
gonna cost us $800 or something, I'm sure it will.
Okay.
But I would like to bring up that, I think we should also recommend the, installation of cameras to monitor vandalism in the park. Again, we've mentioned this before, and there's some hesitation. But now with Wi-Fi fully connected in the park, we have the capability to install cameras to monitor for vandalism. And we can, I forget how far we got with the camera discussion.
I want to say the last time previously when it was brought up, it kind of just got sidelined because it was brought up that, it's Canoe Country that's right
Yeah.
across the street, right? Because they have cameras that are facing into the park. But there would definitely, I think there could definitely be a good use for it. There has been the additional vandalism, just earlier this summer, wasn't it the bathrooms got?
And picnic table right outside the store.
Yeah, the table out
Yeah,
outside the door.
so, there will be a camera installed at the band shell for online live streaming, like when you wanna see, the Whiteside Park camp, yeah. But it's not, designated a security camera in any capacity, it's just for live monitoring.
Yeah.
So if we wanna make any additional recommendations for cameras,
Would there be a spot in the park, I'm trying to think of like where, if there's a light post or something that we, over by the playgrounds.
On top of the
that-
bathroom.
On the bathrooms.
you have
On
some
top of
tree
the bathroom.
coverage, the pavilion.
I-
Like pulling that southwest
But-
corner.
Yeah. But the bathroom, you'd have a clear shot of most of the playground.
But we also wanna get the bathroom though, because there's been vandalism inside the bathroom
Sure.
too.
Isn't there a light pole in that southwest corner that faces all of that?
Chili pork
So
I mean,
I'd say
it's-
somebody needs to make the recommendation, do an on-site survey of line of sight from points where there's power installed. We can set the cameras up to connect to the available Wi-Fi. So I don't think it's something, a motion to be made now, but a recommendation to pursue more information, data collection.
Okay.
So I don't know if we want to have on the next meeting at Whiteside again, or if we just want to ask Scott to have a look and see.
Yeah, I know it's come up with just as far as some facilities that, having cameras and things like that, so maybe it's a facility over here, which is obviously gonna be a money thing, but it could just be, I don't know if the city's collectively looked at that, in the past, but it could just be broad, some of these facilities if they want to pursue that, 'cause even like seniors.
So maybe we should introduce that into the comp plan.
We could do that. Or would it be possible for us to make the recommendation to pursue cameras in some of these recreation areas that have been vandalized in the last few years?
That's under the assumption that cameras are gonna solve the issue.
That is under the
We
assumption that cameras are
could
gonna solve the
broaden
issue.
that to be mitigation efforts in vandalism. Whether that's in the form of cameras, policing, I don't know.
Maybe dogs.
Dogs.
In White Hack.
Yeah, drones. Give the police force some drones to monitor. Whatever form that might take, but something's gotta be done, the vandalism's costing us money, and it's just dinging us everywhere, whether it's the drum head or the
Yeah.
little drumsticks or whatever that are costing us $300 each.
But let's be honest, a camera in a tree is not gonna solve that
No.
by any means. It might help us have a discussion with a kiddo and add some growth into their life, but it's not gonna stop any of the vandalism. I mean,
What does stop it?
who knows? You know, who knows? You could hope it would curb some of it, but.
We can check and see if there's been a plan to expand. I know there has been some talk, possibly expanding some of the facilities, we can't put some of the facilities. I guess I can look into that further, see where it's at, just go from there and feasibility.
I mean, took care of the country fix by vandalizing, knocking down and do all that.
So, moving forward onto, so the Trailhead Center about maps, trails and parks and Abby, this was something that you had something?
Yes, I just was curious, and, well, I guess I'm hopeful that when the Trailhead Center is open, that there's a map we can have there of like city, Ely, parks, trails, nature reserves, whatever. Because there's, you know, I think that that's something that we should have prepared and ready to have for people to pick up. And I was just curious if there's something like that that already exists, or if that's something people are interested in creating.
I think that the chamber has does have maps. I'm not sure to what extent. I know that they have maps of like, these are the hiking trails within this amount of space from Ely. They have in their visitor center packet, they have a map of the city of Ely and Whiteside and Sept are both noted on there. But it would definitely be beneficial for everything to be noted, which would be the parks and all the recreation areas like you're saying. And then as we move forward with these green spaces, getting those green spaces on there too.
So I have what, 5 or 6 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, I had a group of my students look at all of our park areas. And they have like the name of it, the location of it, how to get there, the center, what they do there. So I have all that documented. You see this supposed to put it on the website, and then I have that PDF form.
Cool.
I can bring that to the next meeting.
That makes
You guys want to see it as a start?
Yeah.
And from there, we can expand off of whatever the land use stuff is
Yes.
gonna be doing.
It's a trailhead facility. There's gonna be trail maps. Let's have Scott and Harold on, just how, what's the outline on those maps? Is it just ATV and snowmobile? Does it include mountain bikes? Does it include hiking trails? And then once we have that information, then we'll know if any other information needs to be added
Sure.
for our request.
Yeah, and I have,
Sounds like this could be an
So, like,
trail map there.
10 years ago, I think when the planning and zoning district made a overlay map, so it's got maps, it's got EVs, non-motorized vehicles. And so some of it obviously needs to be updated, but we do have some maps as well. Planning and zoning. Expanding those.
Wouldn't the Forest Service hope to staff that at some point in time for a volunteer or
I think that's still in the process of, there's gonna be a room there.
room
of some
available
sort.
for?
And then their intent is to have a volunteer there, especially during the summer. I think that's still up in the air, but I think there is gonna be a designated space, for the ability to do that there.
Yeah, I guess like, I can imagine all those maps of everything outside of Ely proper, totally. And I just think that maybe that's what you're talking about, so it's like,
It's like
Well-
all the park rec areas, the softball
Yeah.
fields, the.
Yeah, like what's
field,
happening in
monkey
Newtown.
pond,
I don't
the
know.
golf course.
I feel like it's a good opportunity to
I
also
like-
get that placed in that
Highlight
place too.
ourselves.
But,
Yeah.
right,
So-
that's right.
You know,
Should we request that Parks and Rec have a sign-off request for the maps, that they pass through this board, so that we can say, well, there needs to be more, specifically in areas that we feel might be underserved?
Go through for a recommendation,
Yeah.
at least have part directly involved with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion. Is there a motion or a recommendation?
It
Or is
would
it the
be,
same
it would
thing?
be a motion for a recommendation.
I'll make a motion for a recommendation that we get the chance as this board to take a look at the maps being put in the trail center, just to verify and confirm that we feel like everything's well represented.
Okay, we have a motion, do I have a second? Second by Steve, wonderful, any further discussion or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, wonderful. Alyssa, if you want to bring that information to our October meeting, it would be wonderful, just so we can is it, because you said about 8 years ago?
No, it's probably like 6.
6 years ago?
Yeah, because it was when I was just.
They're not specifically mapped, they're just in a picture of the area.
Okay. Yeah, it'd be a good starting point. Alright, next up will be, again, Abby, the pollinator gardens.
Oh yeah, I was just curious if this falls in Parks and Rec, and I don't know if it does, but I think there's a lot of potential for the city boulevards or other green spaces to get pollinator gardens in. There's also cities that do rain garden collections. And there's just like this whole world of opportunities to make our city more sustainable in that way and eco-friendly. And I don't know if I don't know where those ideas fall in our city council, or if it's Parks and Rec, or the tree board, or if there's anywhere else. Yeah.
I feel like if we wanted to add some pollinator gardens, because I feel like there'd be a few good spots in some of the areas that fall under our jurisdiction. I think it'd be easy enough to get a little pollinator garden going in Whiteside Park, or get one of the Seaburns, or even maybe if we put somewhere over in this
Small
area.
green spaces, parks, they're pretty good ones.
Yeah. In the pocket parks, all that kind of good stuff. Sweet idea. True, true, very true. Yep. Yep, I had not considered that. That is a good idea.
Well, this is just an idea, but I'll look into some more information on other maybe Parks and Rec boards and see how things fit into other groups potentially.
I think it's where you want to do it, right? I mean, I think if it's something you want to do in one of our pocket parks or in a park that we're over, then we can say yeah and all that.
Well, we're not gonna be-
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I just missed the portion of the conversation, but it sounds like what we're looking to do is like a collaborative effort with like the community gardening club or the tree board or, so whatever, I mean, because we're not going to go out there ourselves and,
Right.
you know, manure and compost and stuff. You know, we're looking to collaborate with some sort of community organization to say, we would like this here, would you be interested in working with us? So I think we just have to find out who that would be for each project,
Yeah.
Who does the garden?
Yeah.
whether it's ECR.
Yeah, we're already trying to help the garden.
Gardening club only has like 2 people, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
And
putting
they're
more on
in their
them.
80s.
Yeah, they're ready to just be done with it.
So we do have the 2 at Whiteside that are certainly attracted to pollinators. And then there's 2 at the school. The one at the elementary school is pollinator plus. And it's doing so well.
And what about on Castle?
There's, like on 21, going out.
Up from the senior living, the ECR garden?
Oh, yeah, the children's garden.
Children's garden.
Yeah, we got that going. We got roasted now in this hot weather suddenly.
Yes, yeah. So would this be something that we want to, like Adam said, we're wanting to pursue with these other organizations, Garden Club, ECR, the Tree Board? Is this something that we think should be included in our comp plan?
Or find out if people are doing it already, that's part of their plan.
Yeah.
I think we should make it, not necessarily a requirement, a line item in, when we go to talk about securing green spaces, to have that be high on the list as something too important to include in those green spaces for future development. And then to pursue those other organizations, when we secure an area and the city says, yes, you can have this area for park development, then it's one of our priorities is to pursue sustainability practices such as So
Yeah.
maybe what we need, yeah, so making it a part of the comp plan.
Yeah.
Sustainability practices.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's probably the key element that I'm taking away from this.
So if we're going to pursue it and continue to have these conversations, like we are, like when we go to planning and zoning, having that be one of the line items that gets brought up, I don't think we need a motion at this time,
No, I mean,
just to pursue it or to have that conversation.
Yeah, I think we better recognize how hard it is to get people to, you know, maintain those things. Look at the rain garden by the library. You know, it doesn't get much attention. You know, it's not really beautiful because it's so hard to give enough attention to that much space.
Have you ever considered private enterprise, like maintaining those, like agencies or one of the
Adopt a
landscaping
garden?
companies? Yeah, sort of.
So they do maintain all the flowers already.
Yeah.
And none of the main streets are shared, and they do all watering and everything of that.
And I wanna say they do offer things to the garden club for the Whiteside Park and then the entrance signs, because they also do the signs coming into town.
Is it something that there's a need for now, or is it when the space that gets developed and incorporated in it? The question.
That is-
What everybody's looking for.
That is a good question.
And it does fall back on to, helps fall back on to the people that maintain.
Well, I think that part of what I'm trying to hone in on too is finding things that don't require lots of work or people, you know, but like, yeah, just like sustainable things we can do, like, I've seen it in a couple cities and suburbs, like these rain gardens that like are full of these really tall grasses, like they're not even that full of flowers and beautiful, if you will, but they help soak up tons of water instead of it getting into your big city water system, you know, and like, are those things we wanna pursue that take almost zero, I guess, not that much maintenance, you know, it's just like intentional, sustainable practices. And if it's helpful, I can also back out of this and come next month with something more specific. I think I wanted to just start the conversation and see, like,
it needs to be added to the comp plan.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Part of
let's
the
add it to the comp plan, and then it becomes a part of our mission as a park board to pursue that with our developments.
sure.
So we'll write it into, when we get to 14.
Yeah. You can definitely add it into it. So the next thing would be pursuing the hockey rink paving boarding for year-round use. And you're meaning this hockey rink, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, I added this too. We had talked about this a little bit, and I think pursuing that idea of making that, just making that whole hockey rink area, like upgrading it in all the ways, and I know it's expensive, et cetera, but I think that would be an awesome project. And to be able to put, you know, pickleball courts there, or whatever lines need to be there, but just for year-round use for all the people who are trying to recreate year-round here. And that's something that I'm really excited about, and think that it could be a really cool project to pursue in our future, and look for somebody to make a big donation, et cetera. I don't think the answer is for us to pay for it, but I think that's something worth considering in our comp plan, potentially.
Okay. That's maybe my next question is how, as Scott said with the previous one, do we want this to happen right now? Or do we want it to just be one of our goals that we keep working towards?
I would say we'll keep working towards, and depending on, yeah, to kind of create the idea we want, and then look for someone who can help
Or if
bring
it's,
it to fruition.
if it's going to be paid, then the skateboarders are going to use it. If the skateboarders are going to use it, then they can team with the hockey players to help split the cost.
Sure.
Then we could put in more,
The pickleball crew,
Oh,
will
man.
split the cost, like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people who would use that space. who would-
Well, but that involves us getting this to a creation thing, to start having that fundraising opportunities, and just go and ask the pickleball club, hey, we can put the courts here, and you help with this and all of that.
For the
I think we have to get
collaboration.
them to a meeting and let them hear each other's concerns and issues.
Yeah, and would ECR wanna be involved in that conversation since it's here?
Sure.
Okay,
I have a question.
Yeah.
Would you be eliminating the skating rink?
no, no,
No, it would be able to get ice on it in the winter.
Oh, this can be ice.
Yeah. And currently getting ice on that is super challenging. The boards are super loose. If there is a little bit of melt, we lose all the water. So we're here this winter. And listening to how that process goes, it could definitely be better. And of course, it costs money. Don't get me wrong, I understand that. That whole thing can be upgraded.
The more organizations we have with interest in that space,
Yeah.
then they all pursuing smaller grants.
yeah,
Suddenly-
would it be,
And make a bigger, a year-round space, you
Yeah.
know, where it doesn't really get used in the summer.
Could they start some kind of like hockey club in the summer, like in like June or something? Cause that's the old Lincoln rink, right? So those are the boards that have been there for
sure.
Yep. And
ever.
I believe the city has in the budget money for new boards there, which would help, but it's still gonna be challenging to keep the water from sneaking underneath those boards, or, you know.
Right, I
even
mean, it's
new
just like
boards.
eroding. It's just like gravel and grass that the water runs down.
so would it be something that we could put out, I don't know if a call of interest would be something, but, reach out to the specific groups that we've named of pickleball, the hockey team, with skate park, ECR, but maybe putting it out further to see who would be interested in helping the city pursue these pieces, because maybe the basketball team wants to get involved and they wanna see if it'd be possible to put up hoops that could be taken down in the winter and stored somewhere safely.
So I think IRRB would have grants that fit to.
So would this be then a separate, because everybody obviously would be more than welcome to come to our meeting, but that means that we have the long agendas. Do we wanna set up a separate, like, study session? Reach out to these groups to see if they would be interested in coming?
I think that would be a good way to start.
Have it here.
Yeah, have it here, hopefully when it's better weather, so we can actually go out and go see it.
Yep. I think that's a good way to start.
To put out a public notice of a study session led by Parks and Rec for all interested parties in recreational space. And then a list of examples, public meeting, November 11th. November,
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think, would we need a date?
I think it's required.
You'd have to seek public, you have to seek their availability first, and you would have to set that necessary groups, you gotta get groups that wanna be interested first, and then once they're interested, hold on.
So assemble like a survey monkey email list of any known parties that may be express interest in contributing or being a part of a multi-recreational paving project for pickleball, basketball, blah, 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 blue line, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So,
Yeah.
and instruct the city clerk to send that email out requesting dates of availability, something like that.
Yeah, dates of availability and interest, figure out the interest for
And
that.
gauge the level of interest with known parties.
Yeah. Something like that, yeah. Do I have a motion?
I will make a motion.
I'll second it.
All right, wonderful. First Bud, second Julie. Any further discussion on sending out that survey to gauge interest and availability dates?
I will add that ECR has already talked with hockey. I thought they would be interested, the rumor is they have lots of money. And, they weren't interested, they wanted somebody else to do it.
Interesting.
And then the pickleball people are, as you know, really interested in having more courts.
Yeah.
And they want somebody else to do it too, so of course, this would be an informational meeting.
Well, if everybody
To
wants
let them
somebody else
know.
to do it,
I
then
know,
everybody else
yeah.
will do it, and they only have to contribute a little, right?
Show up.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Any other further discussion, questions?
Who made the motion, who seconded?
Bud made the motion, Julie seconded. You're welcome. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, wonderful. We will get that in motion. Fantastic. And then Abby, the painting at Samers Pavilion?
Yeah, I talked to Leah Roosh, who did the big murals at the new community hub in the daycare center. So she's like a very big muralist, and she would be super excited to paint that part of the pavilion if we do want to go forward with that.
Basement.
Yeah, the basement part of that.
But not the door, because ECR is working on painting the door.
Or
Right?
the windows.
Or the
So
windows.
windows, yeah, and,
Windows.
you know, that has to be replaced.
The windows.
Yeah, that, all that wood is worse than we thought it was when we got in there and changed it.
Nice. So I don't know if we should just leave it alone and just do the ECR windows, or do we want to collaborate with Leah and do both?
It'd be fun to talk to her about
Okay.
ideas for that.
Cool.
I mean, there are some artists that are interested in working with a kid or a mentor pair on, you know, one of those panels.
We're also supposed to reach out to NLAA in regards to a partnership on this, because
Yeah, and that's mostly with like how we can fund it. And so I have been talking with Ian at NLAA. He is doing a big mural project, and this could be in line. But his project is over the next like 2 years, like one mural a year. And I don't know where this one would fall. And so we can also pursue it independently of NLAA. We can apply for our own grants and pay artists or whatever.
this is the
to-
muralist that offered to do all the grant work, is not the one we.
This is somebody different. This is somebody
Okay.
different. Yeah, yeah. So, I'm happy to continue pursuing that, and I can look into grants too, as long as it makes sense that like, is Parks and Rec applying for a grant to pay for this? Is that how this?
The Park Rec side, so, yeah.
Okay, great. And I'm happy to go for it and keep working with you and the panels, and I'm sure Leah would be happy to incorporate all that.
We've worked with Harold, the city staff.
Sure.
And then the Hydro Arts Cultural, $10,000.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we need any motion or anything other than this is just ongoing.
Okay.
What will happen is, you'll gather the information, and once you have enough data to put together a sound request, we make the recommendation to Harold to work with you and beginning the process for grant funding for the urban centers. That goes to council approves it, then you meet with Harold, and then take the next step.
Okay, great.
Well, thank you. All this has been wonderful information that you've gotten together, and
Sure.
so I appreciate it. All right. We've been talking about it, we're on to our comp plan. I know that collaboration has been one of the big things that's been discussed across the board with different organizations, both within the city, so other city committees, as well as these other groups moving forward for our comp plan.
A suggestion, because this is what we're gonna do, eventually we have time at planning and zoning, is I have it in a Word document, we can put it up on the screen so everybody can kind of go through it. And we can make changes like live, so we know what's being changed and what's not. Rather than we try to sit here and like page through, and who said this about this, or your product, and it just doesn't, it's a lot easier when you can put it up on the big screen in the council chambers, just make the edits, go through it each phase, then we're not killing trees by printing out so much paper. And to be honest, I don't remember the Park and Rec section how long it is. It's not as long as the land use section, so probably wouldn't take too much, but something that could be sent out to the individual group, if people could come up to their, just kind of what we're doing, come up with their own ideas of what they want to see changed in each section, kind of bring it up as collaboration at the meeting, and then just do those changes.
We can do that.
So,
Yeah, that would be a really good thing to do for our October meeting. And we can, would you, my question would be is, because I wanna get that, like, it's not very many pages, I think it's at most 4 pages of Park and Rec information, emailed out, so would you like, should I reach out to Casey and see if she can email that out to everybody, or?
I'm the keeper of it, so.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yep.
Is there anything right now that anybody would like to discuss about the comp plan? Any additions to said comp plan? Something to consider? No? Okay.
Got the sustainability in there. Got the skate park in there.
Skate park, hockey rink,
Yeah.
pollinators, all sorts of stuff. So the Pillar Rock sign and like posts, I don't know if we really wanna go out there looking at how dark the sky is, and I've been seeing lightning from over across the trees. But, oh yeah.
No, drive by, I
I'm
don't know.
straight by.
It's not good.
No.
Right, good.
We'll hold out for 10 minutes. Just want to
Do
take
we,
a walk down
do we
there.
wanna just take a quick walk
Get
down
our
there
steps in?
before we?
Ready to get
We've
our
been
steps
sitting,
in? Come on.
we've been sitting for a while, we can walk down there and
Stretch
stretch
those
our
legs.
legs. Or-
All right.